What is going on, guys? It's Justin from J Media back with another video. So I just want to give you guys a little update. For the past few weeks it's been pretty crazy. I had the Super Light Battle that had a car show that I went to, as well as Weekfest Texas car show. I also did went on a little vacation on a cruise with my family. So you guys probably saw all those videos already. If you haven't already, make sure to click back on it to watch those videos. But I just want to give you guys a little update. I know in terms of video length, I might be posting a little later just because I upload 4 videos a week every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. But like I said, this has been a busy few weeks for me. I just want to get you guys up to speed. First things first, from the event of Super Light Battle, I got some jet tags from Super Light Battle. So pretty cool. Once a year they come to Texas at Circuit of the Americas and do a racing. So besides that, they also had a car show going on, and I also managed to get this race, I guess you can say, wheel product book, which is really awesome. So that's really awesome. Got this from the race booth when I was at Super Light Battle. And then the next day was Weekfest Texas. So managed to meet up with one of my sponsors, Project Fun.Good. So met up with Joseph. All these are custom slap stickers that he made for me because my car is black and gold, so that's really cool. Again, if you guys want any custom slap stickers made or any stuff made, stickers for your car, make sure to hit up Project Fun.Good. And then I also have Weekfest Texas, so Super Light Battle as well as Weekfest Texas, both in the same weekend, super packed. So I got a shirt from Weekfest, and it was super awesome because Weekfest Texas happens once a year. Fortunately, the last one was back in 2018. For 2019, Weekfest didn't come to Texas, so 2020 was the following show. And they brought it to Austin, which is awesome because it has been going to Houston, I believe, for the past like 8 or 9 years. And then they moved it to Austin, which is where I'm from. So if you guys don't know about Weekfest car show, it is pretty much the Super Bowl of all car shows. It's the largest, one of the largest car shows, and really high caliber of cars. So they have it in Japan, in Hawaii, in California, all over. So like I said, they just came to Austin, Texas for the Texas show for 2020, and really humbled, but your boy took home Best Mitsubishi at Weekfest 2020. So really humbling experience. That's a trophy. Like I said, I also caught myself a shirt. But yeah, I know you guys are here not to hear me talk about all this, but for an update of my big brake kit. So I've had my big brakes on for not that long actually. I just barely finished it up right before Super Light Battle as well as Weekfest. So from the time this video was made, I haven't even had my big brakes on for even a week. But again, because of so many videos and so many events happening, this video has been pushed back. I just want to give you guys a little, I guess you can say, afterthought about installing the big brakes. So again, big shout out to my friends for helping me out. We have Min, Manny, Chase, McGill for coming, to help me out with the big brake install. It wasn't exactly, I thought it was pretty easy, like a, plug and play bolt on, but it was a process to get it put on. So for the fronts, they are Cadillac CTS V6 piston brakes. They are brembos, and basically a guy by the name of Andrew Pye basically custom make brackets to make them fit on Mitsubishi Lancers. So there's a video, sorry, not a video, but a tutorial on the Evo M forums that I read up, and it's actually meant for the rally art, but they also do fit on Lancers. I wasn't sure if they would fit or needed some customization, but the fronts, were able to go on pretty easily, pretty smoothly. So the whole kit, it came with the Cadillac CTS V6 piston front calipers, it came with the brake pads. I also had slotted rotors to go with it, as well as stainless steel brake lines. So I believe for the rotors, you can use Evo 10 rotors. And then for the rears, there was a bigger pain. So for the rears, they are Evo 10 brembos. They are not a direct bolt-on. So if you do have a Mitsubishi Rally Art that you want to put on, it's a little bit easier because the Mitsubishi Rally Art is already all-wheel drive. I have the Lancer GT, which is not all-wheel drive. So besides the Evo 10 Brembo calipers, again had the Evo 10 Brembo calipers, the slotted rotors, as well as stainless steel brake lines. You also have to get, and this applies only to other Lancer owners. So if you're the Lancer GT, GTS, ES, DE, any other Lancer trim that is not all-wheel drive, you do have to get a Rally Art or Evo 10 rear trailing arm. And basically what that is the hub and spindle bolts onto the rear trailing arm. You do have to remove that OEM rear trailing arm from your Lancer. So that is the suspension part. You do have to remove that whole thing, replace it with a Rallyart Evo 10 rear trailing arm. And then since it's not an all-wheel drive, you do have to get, I guess, the Evo 10 or Rallyart axles. So instead of having the whole axle, you just need the axle end. And it was a pain because besides replacing out the suspension, whenever I drove the car, I thought my ABS sensor, you know, it's okay. I didn't have it hooked up because it's a little different on the Evo 10s and Rallyarts. So when I drove around, I took it for a test drive to get my alignment. My ABS sensor kicked in and I couldn't even drive above 5 miles an hour. So that's pretty annoying. So I had to bring the car back to my garage, put it back on JackSense, and then basically what we had to do, thankfully, was you also do have to get the ABS sensors wires from the Evo 10 or the Rallyart. So hopefully whenever you buy it, hopefully it all comes in a set. But you do have to take off the ABS sensor and basically good thing is the connection is, you know, the same. Is towards the back of your trunk, and you have to remove some trunk lining and all that. But once you plug it in, I did mention the Evo 10 axle ends. You don't need the whole axle, you just have to chop the axle into half for both left and right side. So what the ABS sensor does is whenever you drive your car, your wheel spins in the rear, the ABS sensor senses that, oh, actually your car is moving. So I know on some cars you don't need the ABS sensor, you just lose your ABS functionality, but your car still drives. On our cars, unfortunately, like I said, it pretty much went into limp mode. It wouldn't let me go above 5 miles an hour. So yeah, for the rears, it's much more of a pain. And then also, whenever I got the Rallyart rear trailing arm, it also did come with the, what do you call that, parking brake. So the parking brake wire, the e-brake, on the Lancer GT, I'm not sure if it's the same for the Lancer ES, GTS and other models, but I believe it's the same. It does have drum brakes on the rear, meaning the parking brake, the e-brake, is connected to the drums. So what we had to do was pretty much run that, I guess that cable, that e-brake cable from the rear trailing arm on the Rallyart all the way. So to do that, you have to take apart your interior, take apart my rear seats. I had to take apart the center console to get to the e-brake connection. And when you do that, you'll see 2 cables. So you have to run it all the way through. So the rear was a pain. Total, we spent 4 nights. Unfortunately, I couldn't spend, you know, a whole weekend doing it just because of time constraint. You know, I had a family trip going up, which was a cruise. And then also I had the car show coming up the following weekend. So I had to do it on nights. And again, big thank you to my boys. They came over after work. Some nights they stayed till like 1 in the morning, even though they had to go to work the next day. I had to go to work next day as well. But we, you know, tried our best to prepare the car so that we could make it in time for the show. So big thank you to you guys again. But yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys the calipers on. So right now everything drives good. I haven't got my alignment yet. I do have to, you know, get that done just because I did replace the rear trailing arm, which is the suspension part. I don't want my alignment to be off. They brake good. It's a little bit different. I expected with the 6-piston brakes up front, when I step on the brakes, it would, you know, work really fast, really good. There might be a little bit of air in the brake lines, even though we did bleed the brake lines. So whenever I step on the brakes, it feels like normal, but when I actually jam down on the brakes real hard, that's when, you know, my car would throw me for it. So I know that's when the brakes worked. Yeah, so let me go ahead and go to the garage and show you guys the big brakes. Alright, so I'm back out here in my garage. So yeah, here are the fronts. So they are pretty big, pretty massive. The Cadillac CTS V6 piston brakes. I do have the Volt Racing T37s and they do clear, no fitment issues. Yeah, there's quite a bit of space right here. Rotors are much bigger, like I said. And then on the rears, again, the OEM Evo 10 big brakes on the rear. They were painted yellow. It's a little dirty, but I don't know, in the future I might actually get them painted. If I do get them painted, I might paint it gold. For now, yellow kind of works because I have a whole, you know, black and gold theme going on in my car. Bunch of gold accents around the car, so yellow kind of close. They work good, they look good, and yeah, I guess more importantly, brakes, they have to work good, which they do. I do have to say, now that the project has been done on the big brakes, they were slightly bigger challenge than what I thought it would be. I thought, you know, we'll be able to knock everything out in just one night or one day, but we spent 4 nights total. So first night we did the fronts. The fronts weren't too bad. I think my buddy McGill came over to help, and he probably spent about 4 hours on the fronts. And then the second night we did the rears, but we didn't complete the rears. What we had to do was we swapped out the rear, we took off the rotors, we took off the calipers. We were trying to wire the parking brake, so we got that done the second night. To show you guys what I mean, so like I said, you do have to take apart that whole center console right there. Do have to take apart your back seats. And whenever I switch out my rear trailing arm, so this is the OEM setup. This is the OEM rear trailing arm over here, and it is connected to this guy right here, which is your parking brake. So each side, and there's 2, so whenever you yank your e-brake up, what it does is it pulls this and your parking brake is engaged. By the way, I have all my stuff over here, so I'm actually trying to sell them for pretty cheap. If any of you guys are local here in Texas or in Austin and you guys want to pick this up, I have everything on here. I do have my OEM calipers for the fronts. Really good brake pads actually. I just barely put in about half a year. Hot performance HPS pads. Has some stock tap drill and slotted rotors. These work great as well. I do know on some models there are drum brakes, but we have the drum set up for the e-brake, but then we actually have an actual 1-piston caliper on the rears. So again, if you guys want to pick this setup up, I have everything on here. Hit me up on my DM at JUS_TYN. I'm letting it go for really cheap. Since it's pretty heavy, I'm not going to look to ship. But if you guys are located here in Texas or in Austin, you guys want to come pick it up, I'll let all that go for $100. That's super cheap. Like I said, they work good. It's just that I wanted to just, you know, put on big brakes on my car. So all this, I'm talking about front and rear calipers, stock calipers, your drill and slotted rotors from StopTech Hot Performance HPS pads, and then your I don't know if you need this, but I'm also throwing in this rear trailing arm, the OEM rear trailing arm. So all that for $100. So yeah, pretty much that concludes it. Like I said, drives good, looks good. I know a lot of you might have a lot of questions, and before I did this project, I actually did a lot of research. I was looking on, so I went on Google to type up, you know, Lancer big brake kit, and yes, there are brands that make it, like R1 Concepts, or I think Rotora makes big brakes too, but generally speaking, they're pretty pricey for cars. I think just the fronts you might look to spend about $2,000, and then if you want the rears, maybe another $1,000 or $1,500. So all in all, you're looking to spend close to about $3,000 to $5,000 depending on the brand, or if you bring it to a shop. So they're pretty pricey. This setup, number one, your fronts are 6-piston brakes, which are bigger. Usually if you get it from, you know, R1 Concept or Rotora, they're 4 pistons, unless you pay more for the 6. So for this price, it's cheaper for me, as well as I get, you know, bigger brakes on the fronts. So would I have done this project again? It's great, I would have, but definitely helps having a bunch of buddies who know what they're doing. For me, I would say I'm not a mechanic by trade, so I know my basic stuff, but then it's also, like I said, I'm glad to have buddies who know their stuff, who are able to help me out. Even though they are trained mechanics, they also ran into a couple issues which you're like, oh man, this is a headache. So yeah, if you guys liked the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Pretty soon I'll be starting my turbo build, so that's whenever I put this car down for a little while. But yeah, stay tuned, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and catch you guys in the next video.